Israel-Hamas war intensifies as U.S. deploys second aircraft carrier. U.S. aircraft carrier USS Dwight D Eisenhower and strike group deployed to region in Mediterranean. The Israel-Hamas conflict, a long-standing and deeply entrenched dispute, has taken a dramatic and alarming turn in recent days. On October 14, 2023, the situation intensified significantly as the United States deployed a second aircraft carrier, the USS Dwight D Eisenhower, and its strike group to the Mediterranean. This move comes in addition to the USS Gerald R Ford carrier's presence, which had already arrived in the region. This article delves into the complex and evolving dynamics of this conflict, the impact of the U.S. deployment, and the humanitarian implications for the people of Gaza and Israel. The Israel-Hamas conflict, which has simmered for years, has reached a new level of intensity. On October 14, 2023, the situation took a troubling turn, with both sides escalating their military operations. The United States, a longtime ally of Israel, took a significant step by deploying the USS Dwight D Eisenhower and its strike group to the Mediterranean. This deployment followed the arrival of the USS Gerald R Ford carrier in the same region, underlining the U.S.'s unwavering support for Israel. The deployment of two U.S. aircraft carriers to the Mediterranean is a clear and powerful show of support for Israel in its ongoing conflict with Hamas. This move has far-reaching implications for the dynamics of the conflict and regional geopolitics. Israel's military has expressed its readiness to expand the war on Gaza with coordinated attacks from the air, sea, and land. This signals a significant escalation of the conflict and has heightened concerns about the safety and well-being of civilians in the region. Israel has continued its relentless bombardment of Gaza, causing widespread destruction and casualties. The conflict has taken a heavy toll on the civilian population, leading to a humanitarian crisis. Israel's orders for 1.1 million residents of northern Gaza to evacuate south have created widespread panic and raised fears of an impending ground offensive. This development is a clear indicator of the intensification of the conflict. The death toll in Gaza has climbed to at least 2,215, with an additional 8,714 people wounded due to Israeli air attacks. In Israel, over 1,300 people have been killed, and more than 3,400 have been wounded since Hamas initiated its attack on southern Israel last weekend. The Israel-Hamas conflict has deepened the existing humanitarian crisis in the region. The civilian population, including children and the elderly, is enduring immense suffering. Efforts by the international community to broker a ceasefire and bring an end to the hostilities face significant challenges. Diplomatic avenues are strained, and tensions among nations involved in the conflict are palpable. The conflict's impact on civilians is heart-wrenching. Many innocent lives have been lost, and thousands of people have been injured. The crisis has created profound suffering and trauma. Iran, a staunch supporter of Hamas, has issued a stern warning to Israel. It cited war crimes against Gaza and promised a huge earthquake of resistance. This adds a layer of complexity to the conflict, raising concerns about regional stability. The Israel-Hamas conflict is not isolated, it has implications for regional security. The ongoing hostilities and the deployment of U.S. aircraft carriers in the Mediterranean have raised concerns among neighboring countries. Diplomatically, the situation has become increasingly challenging. The international community is grappling with how to bring the warring parties to the negotiating table and secure a lasting ceasefire. Humanitarian organizations are working tirelessly to provide aid and relief to those affected by the conflict. They are facing numerous challenges, including limited access to affected areas and overwhelmed healthcare systems. The Israel-Hamas war underscores the intricate and enduring nature of the Middle East conflict. It is a multifaceted dispute with deep historical roots and complex geopolitical interests. The deployment of two U.S. aircraft carriers to the Mediterranean signifies the gravity of the situation. This move has geopolitical implications that extend beyond the immediate conflict, affecting the broader geopolitical landscape. The conflict's geographical proximity to Europe has raised alarm among European nations. They are closely monitoring the situation due to its potential impact on regional stability and security. The global community is watching the situation in the Middle East with great concern. The conflict's proximity to major energy resources and its potential to escalate into a larger regional war make it a matter of global significance. The Israel-Hamas conflict is a fluid situation, with ongoing developments. The conflict is a focal point in current affairs, and its evolution could have far-reaching implications for the broader region. In the midst of this dire situation, there is an urgent need for a ceasefire and a return to diplomatic negotiations. The toll on civilians, the risk to regional stability, and the potential for further escalation demand a swift and peaceful resolution. The Israel-Hamas conflict has entered a perilous phase, marked by escalating hostilities, significant military deployments, and severe humanitarian consequences. The deployment of 2 U.S. aircraft carriers underscores the gravity of the situation and the strong support for Israel from the United States. The impact of this conflict extends far beyond the immediate parties involved and has implications for regional stability and global security. It is a stark reminder of the enduring complexities of the Middle East conflict and the urgent need for diplomatic efforts to bring an end to the suffering and destruction in the region.